It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Let's move forward. Just give me a minute. Okay, so just I'm giving an again overview. So the security means in the Salesforce, we can divide the security concepts into four major concepts. So first one is organization level security and object level security, field level security, and record level security. So what is mean by organization level security? So it is discussed about the password policies, login IP ranges, and login hours. Okay, how we can control this organization level security and how we can configure this organization level security. So by using profiles. So let me go back to profiles. So we created the student profile. Right. So let me go back to the student profile. So click on edit. Okay. So here we have the password policies. Okay, and the session settings and the login hours. Let me go back to login IP ranges. Okay, so here we have the login IP ranges. So here either you can add the login IP ranges or you can update the described IMEI address from the starting address and the ending address. So next one is the login hours. So here, I mean, if you want to add the login hours restriction, so we need to add the timings when we need to allow the user to log in. Okay, that timings only we need to give it here. Okay, this is about the organization level security. And coming to the object level security. So object level security is nothing but whether the user can create a record in that object or not, whether the user can view the records in that object, or whether the user can update that record, whether the user can delete that record or not. Okay, these things can be called as a CRUD operation. So create, update, read, and delete. Okay, so how we can handle this CRUD permissions? So simply I mean open the profile. Okay, so just click on the edit. Okay, search for your object. Okay, so here I mean these are the custom object permissions. So here inside this one, this is our object. So whichever the access you want to give, just click on those access and we can remove the remaining things. Okay, so here read means it will allow the user to view that object. Okay, view that records. Create means it will allow the user to create a record or not. Edit means update. Delete means whether the user can delete the record in that object or not. Okay, view all record means whether the user can view all the records irrespective of the sharing rules. Today I will explain what is meant by the sharing rule and modify all records. So irrespective of the access, whether the user can modify all the records in that object or not. So this one. So next one is view all fields. So let's see about the view all fields. So this is also one of the field level security concept. Okay. So usually what is meant by the field level security? Okay. So let's say if you go to the student object, so I should not allow the student to edit few fields. Those are fee paid and the marks related fields. So few fields we should not allow the user to edit it. So how we can achieve that one? So by using the profile level. Okay. So how we can achieve it? So simply go to the profile. Okay, so here if you see the field level security. Okay, So here under the custom field level security, we have the student. Just simply click on view here and click on edit. Okay. So as of now, whatever the access it has, so it will give all the access. Let's say for the fees, I want to restrict it. Okay. So here, I mean, do we need to show the read access or remove? Do you want to remove the edit access? Read means whether the user can able to see the field or not. So view access simply. So that means read only. Okay. If you give this edit access means the user can edit that field. Okay. For now, I'm giving only the read access. Okay. Done. So I'm clicking on save. Okay. So clear how to set up this field level security. This is one way by going through the profile, and you can go to the custom field level security and open that object, and then you can update the field level security here. There is one more way we can do it. So that is from the object manager itself. Okay. So how to navigate to this object? So either you can click on setup, go to object manager and search for student. Okay. So this is one way, and one more straightforward way is click on setup, and at the last we have the edit object option. So just simply go to the edit object. Okay. So here go to the fields and relationship. So to which field you want to update the access? So fee paid. So just go to that field. So here we have the set field level security, right? Just simply click on that set field level security. Okay. So here I mean right now I mean this field is accessible to all the users. Okay. So what we need to do? So simply we need to give to system admin and student profile. Okay. So here I mean if you observe one thing at the profile level we have the different naming convention, right? Read or edit. So here I mean at the time of field creation or at the field level it is showing visible or read only. Okay, visible, if you give only the visible means the user can view it and edit, both the user can see. Okay, so if you are giving read only means the user can only read only, so he cannot update that field. Okay, so for the student we need to give read only access. Okay, just simply click on save. Okay, now let's go to okay, so the user. So what is the password? Okay. So how to set up the
Test
pass?
at 1234.
Okay, test at the rate 1234. Sorry. So why it is not allowing? I'm giving the sandbox URL. It should be login.salesforce.com. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to give the production. So the test.salesforce.com should be the sandbox. Okay, can you ping the code?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Pavan, I think your mic is in mute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. So let me repeat it again. So see, I want to restrict this field level security for this user. So the fee paid field, I want to restrict it. Okay. For which user? To Divya user. So how I need to achieve this one? So we can achieve this one through the field level security. Okay. So how we can configure the field level security? Just open the student object. There are two ways. So first one is directly we can configure it through that field, or else we can directly go to the profile and we can configure it. Let's see at the field level first. Okay. So click on fields and relationships. So to which field we want to remove the access? Fee paid. Okay. Just simply open this field and click on set field level security. Okay. So here I mean for the student profile, so we need to give visible and read only. Okay. So what is mean by the visible? If you give the only visible access means the user can edit and view the field. Okay. So then if you give both read only and visible, only the user can read only. So he should not have the option to edit that field. Clear? Okay. This is one way we can configure it, the field level security at the profile level through that particular field. Next one is directly you can go to the profile, click on edit, search for directly it won't be available here. Okay. So under the field level security, so we need to go to our particular object. So that is student object. Okay. Click on edit here. So here I mean you need to search for this pay. Okay. So here it have the only read access. So here also we can configure it. So when we need to go to this profile level and when we need to go through the field level. So there are two scenarios. Let's say if someone will come and ask you to give all the fields access in that object to student profile. So then what we need to do? So directly if you go to the profile level and open that object inside the field level security. So in a single shot, you can give all this access. Okay. If you go to the field by field, if you go to the object manager and the field, you need to go to the field by field. Okay. Both the ways are same only. So then I mean, we need to think based on our scenario. Okay. So and if let's say if I ask, give the fee paid field access to all the profiles in our system. So then what will be the best option? Simply you need to go to here set field level security. Okay, click on visible everyone. So then to all the profiles you can give a access in a single shot. Okay, so clear this one. Okay, so now let's coming to the debugging part. Okay, let me log out and go to users. Okay, see if you get any issue on the real time. Okay, so to debug any issue, okay, so we should not ask the end user to share their credentials, right, directly, and we should not ask also. So as per the organization policy, we should not ask. Then how can you debug it? and how can you try to replicate the same issue. Okay, see, so in the Salesforce we have the grant access. Okay, so how we can provide the grant access? So simply click on your author symbol here and click on settings. Okay, here we have the option to settings. So here if you see under the my profile information, grant account login access. Okay, so it is not here. Let me put classic. Okay, so again click on here. So my settings, personal, grant account login access. Okay, so to your company administrator, at what time we need to give, like is it a 1 day, 3 days, or 1 month? The duration we need to select. Okay, so what is this salesforce.com support? Okay, so sometimes what will happen is some technical limitations or some issues will come on the production. Okay, if we are sometimes, I mean few cases from the developer end or the architect perspective, and so we should not able to identify the true cause or to fix the issue. So mostly these kind of issues will occur when the Salesforce releases happen. Okay, at that time we will get some here and there issues. So at that time, if you want to contact to the Salesforce support, so then they will ask you to provide the grant access. So at that time, what we need to do? So simply here, salesforce.com support is there, right? So here simply we need to allow the user. So how many, I mean, to how long you want to provide the access. Okay. So once you give the login access, so then they can do the login. Okay. So now what I did, so to the company system administrator, I allowed the user to log in. So then how the system admin will do the login? Okay. Go to that user, login as admin, go to that user. Okay, earlier if you see this login option, login button came, no. So now I mean after this user provided the grant access, we got this login. So simply you need to click on this login. So then you will be logging as that user. Clear this part? So how we can log in as another user? Okay, so simply these kind of things we will track at the time of debugging any issue or replicate the issue to capture the debug logs. So we will discuss in detail about the debug log and how to analyze the debug log file in our Apex class discussion. Okay, so now if you see the fee paid, is the student have the access to this fee paid?
No.
Okay, so it is read only. So now clear how to achieve the fee level security?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so now, I mean, as we can see in the object level security, the same scenario will be repeated in the field level security. That is the most frequent interview question. So I have two users, both are belong to different profiles. Okay, I need one user to provide the edit access, and I need only read access to the other user. So here the main point we need to think is whether both the users are belongs to the same profile or not. So in this scenario, both the users are belongs to different profiles. So then what we can do, so simply go to that profile and you can give the access accordingly. Okay, so now the second scenario, both users are belongs to same profile. Okay, both users are belongs to same profile. Then what will happen? User A needs edit access and user B needs only read access. If you give at the profile level edit access, both A and B users will have the edit access. Okay, if you remove the edit access at the profile level, then both A and B users will see only read only, but A user doesn't have the access. How we can achieve this? By using permission set. Okay, so simply in the permission set, we created the permission set and simply, okay, last time we created this permission set, right? So let me do logout. So click on setup. Permission sets. Okay. So last time which permission set we created? Test permission set. Okay. So let's open this permission set. Do anyone have any queries in how to create the permission set? Or clear? Okay. So then how to give the field level security through permission set. Okay. Simply I opened the permission set and clicked on object settings. So here we need to open that object. So on which object that field has. So here the field is on the student object. So I open the student object. Okay. Simply click on edit here. Okay. So here to which field you want to provide the access. So this fee paid. Okay. I'm giving the edit access and simply click on save. That's it. So now we need to assign this permission set to the user to whom you want to provide the additional access. So how to assign that permission set? Simply click on manage assignments here. Okay, click on add assignment. So here these are the list of users. Simply select that user and click on next. Assign. Done. That's it. Okay. So is this clear? So how to how to assign the permission set and how to configure the permission sets. Okay. So remember one thing, by using permission set, we can provide the additional access only. We cannot remove the access from the profile which you shared. Okay. So let's say user A has edit access at the profile level. Okay. But you are giving read access at the permission set and you assign that permission set to the user. Okay. So here, what is the top hierarchy? Profile. So what access the user have at the profile level? From the profile, he got the edit access. From the permission set, he got read access. Okay. So always it will follow the profile level only. Okay. If there are any additional things, those only will be shared to the permissions. Okay. And you cannot revoke any permission set which are assigned through the profile by using permission sets. It is only to provide the additional access. If you want to revoke any access, simply we need to remove at the profile level. That's it. Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there is one more thing. At the profile level, we have cloned this profile from the system admin, right? So the system admin have few special privileges like modify all data. Okay, those will be there. So let's go into that one. Okay, someone will come and ask you, like in the interviews mostly, I given read access at the profile level. Okay, but still the user is able to edit that record. How? Okay, you given
Because
that
they
field
have
level. Yeah. Okay, there
because
are
they
two
have
ways.
system admin, right?
Yes. First one is either any permission set assigned to that user. Through that permission set, the user can got the edit access. And the second one is they can say there are no permission set. Then what might be the other option? Okay, simply open that profile and search for read only fields. Okay, so here if you see edit read only fields, if I enable this one, even if you configure field level security as read only, still the user will get the edit access. Okay, this option is not available in all the profiles. It is available only the system admin related profiles only. Okay, if you take in any standard user or any other profile, this option won't be there. Okay, so this is one thing. Clear? So till now field level security.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
next one is the most important concept, record level security. Okay. So what is mean by record level security? So record level security is straightforward, simple, only the two options, whether the user is able to see that record or not. Okay. Read and update. Read and edit access of the record. Okay. Let's say, as we take in the common example, okay. So
you are a student. Okay, once you log in as a student, you should not have the access to see other students' profiles or other student records, right? So the student can have the access to see only their records, right? So this is one scenario. Okay, and second one is uh, the faculty, okay, or the HOD should have the access to see and edit all the student records, right? So this is second one. So how we can achieve this one? Okay, and there is one more scenario. If you see, you are a CSC department, okay, student, and there is a EC department student. Okay, coming to the HOD scenario, we need to allow CSC department HOD to access only CSC student records, right? We should not allow to update the EC student records. Correct? Okay, so let's discuss how we can achieve this scenario. Okay. So first one is OWD. Okay, so what is mean by OWD? So OWD means organization-wide default settings. Okay, so OWD means organization-wide default settings. So this is the main key point. Okay, so how to navigate to organization-wide default settings? Okay, so simply here click on setup and home. Inside the quick find box, just search for the sharing settings. Okay, the whole record level security we need to configure in this sharing settings only. Okay, so just simply click on sharing settings. Okay, so here I mean you can see there are different objects. Okay, so let's discuss in detail what are the different options inside the OWD and all. Okay, so OWD have four options: private, public, okay, public read, public read, write. Okay, these are the main common things for the custom objects. There are few more are there. For those will be available in the standard objects and few will be available on the child objects for the master detail relationships. So first let's complete this one and then we will see other. Okay, what is mean by the OWD private? Okay, if you give the OWD is private, then only the record owner can see their records. Okay, only the record owner can see the records. So let's say if you take in from the student perspective, if I give OWD as private, then only okay, who is the owner of that record? So only those records the user can see. Let's say if you take Divya user, if Divya user is part of any I mean whether she created or she is the owner of any other records, so only those will be available. The remaining records won't be available. Okay, this is private. Okay, so how to configure this OWD private? Just simply go to sharing settings. Here you have the option organization wide default set. Simply click on edit here. Okay, so what is our object? Student. Okay, so why student object is not coming here? Okay, so if you see the student object is not came here, right? But if we click on cancel and search for the student, it will be visible. Okay, so here it is visible. Okay, but here what option it came? Controlled by parent. Okay, so at the time of we discussed about the lookup and master detail differences. So we have one point. So we cannot set the record level security independently for the child objects in the master detail relationship. Okay, whatever it is configured for the parent object, that means course, those rules will be applicable to the student object. Okay, that is the reason it is showing controlled by parent. This means simple. If you give at the private at the course level, then automatically that private will be applicable to student. If you give the public read write, then the same will be applicable to the child object. Here we should not and we cannot set the independent record level security for master detail relationship child object. Okay, you can configure it for the parent object only. Okay, That is the main and first priority point before going to decide whether you are going for a lookup relation or the master detail relationship. Clear this point? When you need to go for lookup and when you need to go for master detail, we need to decide basis on the first important priority point is this one only, security. Whether is the business is okay if you give whatever the parent object access is there, if you applicate the same on the child object, then it is fine. You can go with the master detail relation. And the second option is whether every child should have the parent or not. Okay, and then you can go with the other features. Okay, first one is you need to check the security is independent or not. If it is independent, then we don't have any other option. You need to go with the lookup. If the security is dependent, then you can go with the master detail. Okay, clear that point? Okay, so now let's configure for the course object here. Okay, if you see here the course, we have public, private, public read only, and public read write. Okay, so if I give private, only the record owner have the access to see these records. Okay, if I give private, so it will take some time to update. Okay, so here if you see, default external access is private, correct? So clear this one. So now let's see the public read. So what is meant by the public read? So if you give this public read, all the other users can see the records irrespective of the owner. Everyone can see the other records, but read only mode. Okay, all records will be visible in read only mode. Okay, public read write. Okay, here if you select this option, all records will be visible and editable. Okay, so is this part clear? Private, public read write. These three are clear, or any queries? Private means only the record owner. Public read means all user can see in the view mode. Public read write means all users can see and update that record. Clear OWD part?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now I mean let's go through requirement by requirement wise. Okay. The first requirement is I need to configure only the students can see their own record. We should not allow the student to see the other student records. Which option we need to follow here? OWD should be what? Private or public read write?
Private.
Private. Private means only the record owner can see that record. Okay. Now
Yes.
let's move forward. So I have the student profile and I have the faculty profile. Okay, both two different uses. Okay. So now I want to allow irrespective of the departments, all the faculty should be able to see the all student records. Okay. Which option we need to go? Only view,
Public
not the
read.
public read.
Public read.
Now let's combine both the scenarios. Okay, so in my whole log, both the student profile is there and faculty profile is there. Okay, now I want only the student to see their own record. So here, what is the OWD? Private. From the faculty perspective, what will be the OWD? Public read. Correct. So now
Yes.
here when we configure this one, so is it asking any profile? Is it showing any profile to select? For this profile you need to select read, and for this profile we need to select public read, right? No, right? So if you see the naming convention itself, it is organization wide default settings. Okay, that means you need to club all the different profile scenarios. Okay, so here what is the common permission everyone should have? Only the private, right? The student should not have the edit or read access to other records. At the same time, the faculty should have the edit access or the read access to other records. Now if you see, if I give public read, okay, what will happen? Both student and faculty can see all the
Faculty
records,
can read.
right? So now what we need to do? So first and foremost thing, we need to set the OWD as private. Okay, then what will happen? Only the record owner can see. Okay, so that is first part. So the second part is, now the student requirement is clear. They can see only
Yes.
their records. Now let's focus on the second requirement. We need to allow the faculty to see all the records. Then how we can share? Okay, how we can share the records to faculty? The second option is we have the grant access using role hierarchy. Okay, so what is mean by grant access using role hierarchy? If you see here, when I click on edit, so this option is there, right? Grant access using hierarchy. Now tell me one thing. So for the student, who is the supervisor? So the faculty role will be the supervisor, right? Faculty or the HOD. Okay, so let me go to the role hierarchy. Okay, simply click on roles. Okay, so expand all. Okay, so where is the student? So student is here, right? So can I say faculty is superior for the student or supervisor for the
Yes.
student, right? So if you select this grant access using hierarchy, okay, all the subordinate records will be shared to the superior. Okay, all the superior can see and access their subordinate records. Clear? That means student records can be accessible to all the above hierarchy people. Okay, from bottom to top. Clear? So if I give this grant access using hierarchy, so then all the superiors can see their subordinate records. So here one more thing. Okay, see, I want to like share only to the faculty. I should not share the records to HOD and the above level. Just imagine. Okay, I want to share only to a particular role. I should not allow the user to share with all the above hierarchy. So then this grant access using hierarchy won't work. Okay, if you give the grant access using hierarchy means all the superiors can see their subordinate records. So clear this one. Second option. First one is
Yes.
you to set up the OWD should be private. Second one is whether the requirement will match with the role hierarchy or not. Okay, how we can identify the whether that record is match with the role hierarchy or not. Okay, if someone will ask you the question, then simply we can ask whether user A and user B. So user A has the role or not, user B has the role or not. If they say both users has the role, okay, then what will happen? So whether the user A is reporting to user B or not. So then you can go to the grant access using hierarchy. Okay, this is one thing. If we give this option, then all the superiors can access their coordinates records. Clear? So first you need to configure the OWD should be private. Second one is you can see once you configure as a private, only the record owner can see. Now you need to share the record. Okay, what are the different ways we have the option to share a record? First one is the role hierarchy. The next one is the sharing rules. Okay, next option is the sharing rules. Okay, so what is mean by the sharing? Okay, simply click on cancel. So here I mean now let me remove this grant access using hierarchy. Okay, and one more thing, for the standard objects, okay, we have few limitations we need to follow as is only. We don't have any other or extra permission to remove the permissions. Okay, so if you see the grant access using hierarchy is completely disabled for standard objects. Okay, so we need to follow same rule. So we don't have any other option. Okay, so let me go to the course. So what is the sharing rules and how we can apply the sharing rules? Simply, I mean, everything is done in the sharing settings only, this navigation only. So simply here search for the course object. Okay. So if you see course sharing rule, okay, for every object in the backend, a sharing rule object will be created in the backend. Okay. How the Salesforce will identify this one is whenever you configure any sharing rule, okay, it will calculate in the backend. So how to create the sharing rule? Okay, so let me show it from the beginning. So simply click on setup, go search for sharing settings. Okay, so now search for your object. So before going to this step, sharing rules, your OW should be private, then only the sharing rule will work. If you give public read or public read write, so then what is the use of sharing rule, right? Yeah, all the records will be shared at the beginning itself. So then why we need to go with the sharing? Okay, go to the sharing rules. So click on new. Okay, just give any rule. Okay, I want to share with the faculty. Okay, only faculty. So then what will happen? So there are two ways, two rule types. So when you want to share the record, okay, this option is when you want to share the record. So like how you can identify which records you want to share. Okay, so based on the record owner or based on the criteria. Let's say if I say whatever the records are created by student, it needs to be shared with the HOD. Okay, again I'm repeating it. So whatever the records created by student or faculty, it needs to be shared with the HOD. Okay, so here I'm talking about created by someone. So if the records are created by so and so user role or so and so profile, so then only I want to share the record. So then you need to go with based on record boundary. Okay, second one is different, based on criteria. Okay, so let's say if the student records are let's say if the student marks is failing, if the grade is F, so then only I want to share the student record to like special supervisor. Okay, just you can take an example. We have the another role, okay, special supervisor. So we want to share a student record who has failed, then only I need to share. Okay, so here I mean can I go with the based on record owner?
No.
No. Why? Because I'm telling a specific criteria when a student is failed. Okay, when the student didn't pay the fees, then only I need to share the record to that user. So then you need to go with this based on criteria. Okay, so irrespective of the criteria, if I said whatever the records created by so and so user role, then only I need to share the record. So then you need to go with the based on a record owner. Okay, based on this selection, this below section will change. If you see based on criteria, then it will ask you to select the fields. So whatever the criteria it is. Okay, if you select this criteria, then if it matches, then it will share. Okay, now let's see about the base record owner. Okay, so here I mean what is mean by this public group? So we seen role, right, and role and internal subordinates. So these two we seen. Roles is nothing but faculty, students and all. Okay, role and internal subordinate means if you select this option, okay, let me select this one. Okay, so here what will happen is, let's say if I select the faculty, so then all the below users, I mean, so faculty and the people who are reporting to faculty, that means student, if any record is created by these two roles, then all the records will be shared. Okay, clear? Role means only that particular role. Role and internal subordinate means role and the people reporting to that role. Both the roles it will consider. Clear? Based on record owner. Okay, so till now we identified which records we want to share. Okay, as of now we didn't discuss it to whom we need to share. Clear? So this role and role subordinates, so like which records you want to share. So till this third step it is discussing about which records we want to share. Okay, so here I mean let's say I am selecting it as a faculty role. Okay. So this is about, so whatever the records are created by faculty, then to whom you want to share. So that option we need to select here. Let's say I'm taking as a role, I want to share with the student. Okay, or else you can see, you can select the HOD or the principal. Okay, so then you can select these roles. Okay, this role and internal subordinates will be the same concept for third step and fourth step. So the new term, if you are saying, is public group. So what is mean by public group? Okay, usually can you tell me what is mean by group? What is mean by group? A combination of multiple, or like a couple of multiple things. Okay, in the Salesforce, the public group means if you want to combine a group of users, okay, then we have the option of public groups. Okay, public group is nothing but a group of users. Okay, let's see how to create the public groups. Okay, search here for public group. Okay, so click on this public groups, click on new. Okay, just I'm selecting randomly. So here, I mean, we need to select the role. Here you have the option. Okay, so you want to combine a role of users. Okay, so let's say I'm giving higher management. Okay, or leadership. Okay, so which roles will be part of the leadership usually? So CEO, CFO. Okay, these higher management roles. Okay, and let's say I'm giving the HOD also and principal. Okay, so whatever the users are created with this role, all users will be part of this group. Okay, so now if you want to access all this leadership at any time, so simply we can go with this public group. And if you see, let's say in our office, like Microsoft Office, we have the group emails, right? So if you raise any issue or any ticket, it will be assigned to one public, one like group email. Okay, so the group email is nothing but a group of users, right? So sometimes, I mean, if you see all the dev group, all the admin group, okay, all the administration staff, non-administration staff, okay, so those will be come as a public group in the Salesforce. Okay, it is nothing but a group of users. So what kind of users you want to add? So we can add a role specific users, role and subordinates also you can add, and the third one, users. So independent. So irrespective of roles and subordinates, I want to group a group of users like independent. So let's say here I'm taking so Divya user and Pawan users. So these users are independent. So this one as the student profile is the system admin. Okay. So now if you want to group all these users, so just simply you can select and click on save. Okay. So like here, I mean, based on our requirement, if you want to combine faculty and student as one group, so you can add it as a one public group. Okay. You can select that roles. If you want to add irrespective of role, I want this user from this role and that user from faculty. So like if it is a different users, so then you can straightforward, you can select that user itself. Okay, so a public group can be the member of another public group also. Okay, what is the use of this public group? Okay, so what is the use of public group? Okay, if you see here, let's say I'm saying, okay, there is a vigilance officer. You can take it as a vigilance officer, okay, or security staff. Okay, so they don't have any specific role, or let's say they have the specific role, but okay, I don't want to share all the records in that role to be shared. I want to share only when a particular user created the record or a group of users created the record, then only I need to share. Okay, here is it showing any option to select the users?
No.
No, right? So can we select more than one role at a time here?
No.
No. So then what we can do? Okay. See, we should not create multiple sharing rules, right? So even though if you create, then it will be the duplicate kind of thing in the backend. So then what we need to do? So simply you can club faculty and the student role in the one public group. Okay. Or else if you want to share a record, whenever the record is created by a group of users or a particular user, simply create one public group and add that user as part of the public group. Okay. And you can select the public group. Okay. Clear? Let me refresh so the leadership will come. Okay, so the leadership is okay. I want to share the same way. To whom you want to share? You want to share with a group of users, then again we need to create the public group and add all those users inside that public group, and you can select the public group. Okay, what access you want to provide? Is it read only or read write? Okay, so this is about the sharing group. Okay, is the theoretical concept is clear?
Yes.
Okay, so if we want to share a record to particular role or users, then we'll go for sharing roles. What are the two different options? Criteria based and
Honor based.
based. Okay, so clear. So tomorrow, I mean, what we can do is, so we will again, I mean, there are multiple scenarios it will come. So we need to go through all the scenarios at the record level security. Okay, this is the most important concept for the interview. Okay, without this one, no interview will be taken. Okay, from the admin perspective, if someone will come and ask you the question, the main thing they will ask, what is the difference between lookup and master detail? When you need to go for lookup and master detail, and straight away they will ask you, can you explain the security model in Salesforce? Okay, this is one thing. So after that, they might ask you few scenario questions. Okay, so what kind of that scenarios are? When we need to go with this OWD private and role hierarchy and the sharing rules, we will discuss in detail. Clear this one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then tomorrow, I mean, we will practice more scenarios.
Okay. Thank you, Pawan. Thank you for your time. So I hope everyone is clear with what Pawan is doing in the classes, right? Anyone have any queries?
Now it's clear.
Okay. So actually, the interview, like we are already the cognizant opening is getting started. Okay. Now we start getting recruitment. Okay. So please try to do as much as possible. We don't have time, and we have only 2 months. Okay. So like it will be get started by January or February. We need to once you guys are ready, and then I can able to arrange the interview. Okay. So please put more time. Okay. So at least everyone should at least spend like 4 to 5 hours per day. Okay. So apart from your working hours, so try to spend in the morning or evening or whatever time. Okay. So utilize the time and don't waste the time. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
On our classes, it's morning session, it will be fine. Evening session, it will be some difficult. It's
Okay, Pawan, actually they are asking, can we do it in the morning? Like
Yes,
that they are asking.
morning at what time? 7 to 8 will work.
For everyone,
And
7 to 8 will work.
No, actually, I have to make my kids to get ready for their school. So it's not possible,
7
right?
to 8.
For morning, everyone will be
Okay.
having their own routine.
Apart from that, anybody? Anybody has a problem with 7 to 8? Brinda,
Yeah, I'm okay with morning 7 to 8. Actually, when I'm facing issue
morning.
again, yeah.
evening time we are not sending properly, sir. That is issue.
Mm.
For reason morning time our brain it will be very fresh. Evening time it's a office pressure also it's there, and here client also it will be. Right now I am
Okay.
facing direct client directly we are speak with client. He is told something issue. We do that thing also. Morning it will be our mind it will be free, and all thing understanding also it will be easy.
Okay, fine. So,
Once we will
except
be discuss.
Divya, okay. Yeah, I will confirm you. Like I will discuss with Pawan and I will confirm you. Okay.
Okay.
So everyone, for everyone. So shall we end the meeting now?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Bye for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.